So we are talking about the ankle joint. Ankle joint is a compound hinge type of a joint. Why compound? Because tibia, fibula and talus, there are three bones which are involved. Articulating surfaces superiorly are formed by the inferior surface of tibia and inferior surface of fibula, the lower end. This is superiorly. Inferiorly, the articulating surfaces are formed by lateral, superior and medial surface of the talus bone. So they form joint with the talus. Talus is attached to other tarsals, and that's how ankle joint, the movement is only of the talus. Talus is attached to calcaneum, it is attached to navicular. Calcaneum is attached to cuboid, and that's how the movement the whole foot moves. But ankle joint, only talus is involved. Only talus is involved in the ankle joint. But it's lateral surface, superior surface and medial surface. So this is how talus is. And then below here is the calcaneum. Below is the calcaneum. Here connecting the tibia and fibula is the inferior tibio-fibular transverse ligament. The inferior transverse ligament. Inferior transverse ligament. What type of a joint is the inferior tibio-fibular joint? Syndesmosis. Syndesmosis. When the joints are connected, both connected to each other by a fibrous ligament, that type of joint is called as syndesmosis. Fibrous joint, cartilaginous joint, synovial joint. Fibrous joints are of three varieties: sutures, comphosis, syndesmosis. Fibrous joint, the bones are connected to each other by a fibrous ligament. So in a suture also, there are ligaments which connect the two bones. That's why a suture is a fibrous bone, fibrous joint. In case of comphosis also, there are periodontal membranes. Periodontal ligaments which are fibrous. So the requirement to call a joint fibrous is that the two bones should be connected by fibrous ligament. Even in case of a suture, there are fibrous ligaments inside. That's a very small gap, but there are fibrous ligaments. So this tibia and fibula are connected to each other by inferior transverse tibio-fibular ligament. That's how this joint is a syndesmosis. Syndesmosis. Okay, the two bones are held together by a fibrous ligament. Okay, for example of syndesmosis. The other examples which we don't call it syndesmosis will be middle tibio-fibular joint. There is an interosseous membrane. Middle radioulnar joint, there is an interosseous membrane. But we directly don't call them syndesmosis, we call them as fibrous joints. But some people do call it syndesmosis. So middle radioulnar joint. So where both of them are held together by interosseous membrane which is fibrous. These two bones also, middle part interosseous membrane which is fibrous. Vertebral column is start to vertebral column. Okay. So now let's move to the of this point. So the ligaments of
There are
now let's talk about the ligaments of the ankle joint. Suppose this we are looking from the medial aspect and this is the tibia. Ankle joint, very easy to write. The capsule of the ankle joint is just attached to the lower margins of the tibia, fibula, and then they are attached to the talus. And there are only two ligaments. Only two ligaments. Of course, the capsule is also attached to the inferior transverse tibiofibular ligament. Okay. And there are only two ligaments, one arising from tibia, which is called as medial ligament or deltoid ligament, one arising from fibula, okay, which is also called as lateral ligament. The ligament arising from the tibia has two parts. I am drawing the superficial part for you. Now suppose this is the anterior side and this is the posterior side. There is the most anterior band which goes from tibia to navicular is called as tibio-navicular ligament. What I am drawing for you is the medial ligament or deltoid ligament. This deltoid ligament or the medial ligament, which will be on the medial side arising from the tibia, will have superficial and deep component. Superficial component has three types of fibers. Anteriorly, tibiofibular. Middle are tibiocalcaneal, tibiocalcaneal, and posteriorly are tibiotalar. These are called as posterior tibiotalar. These are called as posterior tibiotalar for the reason there is anterior tibiotalar fibers also which comprise of the deep part of the deltoid ligament. Okay, so this is the deep part of the deltoid ligament, which is anterior tibiotalar fibers. Okay, again I will repeat for you. The ankle joint has a medial ligament which is called as deltoid ligament and a lateral ligament which is called as the lateral part which is called as the lateral ligament arising from the fibula. The medial ligament arises from the lower end of the tibia from the malleolus and has three fibers. Tibio-navicular has a superficial part and a deep part. The superficial part has three components: tibio-navicular, tibiocalcaneal, and posterior tibiotalar. These are the three fibers of the superficial component of the deltoid or the medial ligament. The deep part has only one set of fibers, anterior tibiotalar fibers. Is the deltoid ligament clear to you? This deltoid ligament is very strong ligament. Very strong ligament. Okay? Both the ligaments are very strong. Rather, after explaining the both ligaments, I will talk about how the fractures take place. Now, let's study the lateral ligament. Now, suppose this is the fibula. Suppose this is the fibula. Fibula. मतलब फिबुला एक ऐसा बोन है बॉडी का जिसका कोई इज्जत नहीं करता. ऐसे लोग रहते हैं और वो ऐसा first thing we learned about fibula in our undergraduate days that they say the fibula is not needed. Sometimes upper part of fibula they use for bone graft. तो वो है नहीं, खाली एंकल जॉइंट में नीचे वो चले. तो इतना हमको बुरा लगा. मतलब some husbands ऐसे रहते हैं ना, ऐसे थिंग बीइंग और वाइफ इज डोमिनेटिंग, उसको कुछ घर में वैल्यू नहीं है, ऐसा फील। मतलब उसके लिगामेंट्स भी आप देखोगे ना, लैटरल लिगामेंट्स के जो नाम है ना, वो ऐसे नहीं फिब्यूलोटैलर, ऐसे नहीं, कैलोफिब्यूलर, एंटीरियर कैलोफिब्यूलर, पोस्टीरियर कैलोफिब्यूलर, अरे कुछ तो, और कैल्केनियोफिब्यूलर, मतलब कैल्केनियस का नाम पहले, फिब्यूला का बाद। मतलब अभी तक फिब्यूला डिप्रेशन में गया रहेगा कि क्या है कैलोफिब्यूलर, मतलब टैलस को भी मेरे से ज्यादा इज्जत, एंटीरियर कैलोफिब्यूलर, पोस्टीरियर कैलोफिब्यूलर। इधर देखो कैसा है, टिबियो टैलो, टिबियो कैल्केनियम, टिबियो नैनो, सबके नाम पहले टिबियो, तो इज्जत है टिबिया में। फिब्यूला, एंटीरियर कैलोफिब्यूलर, पोस्टीरियर कैलोफिब्यूलर, कैल्केनियो, कैल्केनियोफिब्यूलर। Okay. So 3 fibers. There is no superficial and deep component in case of the lateral ligament. In case of the lateral. Blood supplies from the anterior and posterior tibial artery, peroneal artery. Nerve supplies from the deep peroneal nerve and the tibial nerve. Okay. Now let's talk about the movements. Movement, there are going to be only 2 movements. Last time I had insisted that only flexion extension takes place, inversion eversion does not take place at ankle joint, it takes place at palocalcaneonavicular joint. There are only 2 movements, flexion and extension. What is the axis normally for flexion and extension movements? Transverse. Axis is transverse. Right? A transverse axis passing like this, the flexion extension movements will take place. The muscles, what is the another name for flexion of the ankle joint? Flexion is called as plantar flexion. Plantar flexion. And extension is called as dorsiflexion. What are the muscles causing plantar flexion? Gastrocnemius and soleus. सबसे पहले नाम आने चाहिए, gastrocnemius and soleus. उसके अलावा ये बाकी सारे टॉम डिक एंड एल्बर, tibia is posterior, ventral digitorum longus, flexor, pollicis majoris. But the main is gastrocnemius and soleus. Extension produced by Nafisa na extension of the ankle joint is produced by 4 muscles in the anterior compartment of the leg. Tibialis anterior, then extensor hallucis longus, extensor digitorum longus and peroneus tertius. Now these 4 muscles are very strong muscles. These 4 muscles, tibialis posterior, extensor hallucis, extensor digitorum, So these muscles tend to pull the tibia and fibula forward over the talus. Now this is tibia, fibula, sorry. This is the tibia. And here is the talus. So there is a chance that both of them can glide. These both can glide forwards. Okay? And because there are 4 strong muscles anterior, so which are attached to tibia and fibula, so they may glide the tibia and fibula forwards over the talus. Okay? So that is prevented by 2 factors, and those are the factors which are responsible for stability of the ankle joint. Now when you look from the top, this is the posterior end of the talus and this is the anterior end of the talus. So talus is broad anteriorly and is narrow posteriorly. And here you are looking from the top, and here is the fibula and here is the tibia. And both of them are connected by a ligament called as inferior transverse. Yeah. So now understand this. The talus is going like this. The tibia and fibula, the talus is going like this. Tibia and fibula are here like this. Now because the talus is narrow posteriorly, broader anteriorly, so therefore now if it would have been like this, they would have always slipped and there would have been dislocation of the ankle joint regularly. For that purpose, the talus has been designed like this, broader anterior, and then they are here, but still they can go. So what has been done कि वो posterior end of talus के behind पे tibia fibula को connect करके रखें. So now ये फैक्टर है और ये दोनों को भी पीछे कनेक्ट किया. So that contributes to the stability of the ankle joint. आप सोचते रहोगे कि ये सारे one may think that इतने सारे जॉइंट्स है बॉडी में, ये दोनों को इंफीरियर टिबियो फिबुलर जॉइंट को ही सिंडेस्मोसिस क्यों बना है? खाली हमको वाइवा में पूछने के लिए कौन सा एग्जांपल? नो, द रीजन इट हैज बीन टर्न इनटू सिंडेस्मोसिस बिकॉज़ यू कैन नॉट अफोर्ड टू हैव अ जॉइंट ओवर हियर. योर एंकल जॉइंट, दिस इज द प्लेस वेयर यू आर गोइंग टू प्लेस योर फुट ऑन द ग्राउंड. So it has to be more stable. So therefore this joint has been turned into syndesmosis and this ligament has been very strong. It's created very strong, this ligament, so that it stabilizes the ankle joint. You understood the factors which make the ankle joint stable. And then there are these strong ligaments. These ligaments which are going to the talus and the calcaneum, they are so strong. I am just drawing. These ligaments are so strong. Now this is the medial side, this is the lateral side. Many times while running, especially females who are wearing high heels, that time, see what, there is something called as a closed pack position and loosed pack position of the ankle joint. When you are running, you want the ankle joint to be in a loose pack position, so we run on our toes. Loose pack position, right? And when you are climbing, when you are getting down a hill, तो naturally आपके पैर ऐसे होते हैं, dorsiflexion. So dorsiflexion of the ankle joint is a closed pack position. So when we go down the hill, we are in a closed pack position because that's the most stable position of the ankle joint. becomes closed back, dorsiflexion. तो कभी भी आप कहीं पे भी आपको डर लग रहा है तो ऑटोमेटिकली आप डोर्सिफ्लेक्शन में नीचे उतर देते हैं। आपको भागना है तो टोस पे भागते हैं, लूज बैक पोजीशन। नाउ व्हेन females they use high heels, what happens in high heels? Dorsiflexion or plantar flexion? So the joint is in loose fat position and therefore the joint is highly unstable. इसके लिए वो चलने को तकलीफ होती है, बराबर है ना? एंड लोग गिरते भी हैं, बॉयज भी, तो किसी को भी पैर को मोच आती है, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम इट इज भागते समय, when the joint is in the loose back. When we are walking like this, nothing happens. But when we are running, so suddenly फिर मराठी में से पाए मुरगाड़ा, फिर वो 2-3 दिन तो what is this मुरगाड़ा? These ligaments are so strong that some fibers may get cut, some fibers may get damaged. कुछ फ्रैक्चर नहीं होता है। नॉर्मली हम लोग को लगता है क्या हो गया, सूज गया, फ्रैक्चर हो गया। Most of the time there is no fracture. So there are some ligaments, fibers which are torn. And that's how then we have difficulty in walking, there is pain, and then we put a crepe bandage, and most of the people get well with that only. You provide rest to the ankle, and the ligaments heal, and a person starts walking. Many times it happens that we say inversion is more than the eversion. So I say ये position, जो हमारा foot है ऐसे, when the plantar surface is facing medial, उसमें हो जाता है। तो जब वो होता है तो हमको लगेगा ये lateral ligament will be torn. No, इसका फ्रैक्चर होता है। जब फिबुला का और सोचो, lateral malleolus फ्रैक्चर होता है। फिबुला पहले तो टूटता ही है वो लाइफ में, अभी खत्म हो जाता है lateral malleolus। और कभी ऐसे इवर्जन में गिरे ना तो मेनी टाइम्स मीडियल मैल्यूलर, बट लिगामेंट नहीं टूट, मतलब लिगामेंट इज द लास्ट थिंग टू बी टॉर्न इन एंकल जॉइंट। ऐसा हमने पहले कहाँ देखा, कोरैकोक्लाविकुलर fibers and costoclavicular fibers, they are made so strong because of for transmission of weight. So the clavicle fractures at the weakest point. Okay, so this is the applied anatomy of the ankle joint. We will study it in details in orthopedic under the heading POTS fracture. There is level 1 POTS fracture, level 2 POTS fracture. Okay, इसमें भी कभी-कभी ऐसा अगर इन्वर्जन हुआ, लिगामेंट नहीं टूटेगा, कभी मीडियल मैल्यूलस टूटेगा, ये लिगामेंट में नहीं टूटेगा, लैटरल टूटेगा मैल्यूलस, बट ligaments are the last thing to be torn. Completely torn. Some fibers get torn, and that is what we call as sprain. आपने जो word सुना रहेगा ना, sprain हुआ है, he or she has an ankle sprain. What is sprain? Sprain means few fibers of the capsule or the ligament have been torn. So you give rest in that sprain. There is no fracture. And that is what a sprain is. Okay, so that completes the ankle joint.